American citizens that vote like outside of the DMV, specifically Northern Virginia, who the fuck is voting for NATO? There is no NATO voters, man. That's not a thing. God damn, I'm fucking losing my. The DNC should have given me, I'm not kidding when I say this, the DNC should have given me like a CNN style permanent studio. Okay.
Our Chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, our Chief Washington correspondent, John Carl. Mary, you got caught up in all those storms yesterday, but let's talk about the speech tonight with President Biden. Going to be a bittersweet moment for him, but he'll get a lot of love in that hall.
Fox News briefly mentioned influencers getting credentials for the DNC timestamp.
I was reading that apparently, in addition to Joe Biden speaking tonight, during the week, there are going to be 5 social media influencers. And a bunch of social media influencers have wound up with credentials because, as every campaign knows, something like half of Americans get some of their news from social media.
Yeah, myself included. Except, problem is, I think the people that are speaking, that they're giving talking points to or like allowed to speak at the DNC, which I never would have done that anyway. But the people that got you know who got one of the talking slots? That chick, Olivia Giuliana, who literally was till the very last moment riding with Biden. The Democratic Party is so unimaginably washed in this regard, where they just literally, they're like, oh, it doesn't matter if you have no organic momentum. It doesn't matter if you have no like real fan base or whatever, as long as a DNC staffer said we should give you one, but then my boss asked if you still burp into the microphone. Good one. Yeah, this is trying to reach out to that coveted Zoomer who hasn't said shot Gaza since November, pushed the Josh Shapiro for Veep campaign, and was a shameless Biden bitter ender until the minute he dropped demo. Like there's like 8 people that are actually like this in this age range. And what I find really funny about that is that all of those 8 people are also at the DNC. So who the f is this outreach for? The other 7 people that you didn't give time slots to? Like, this is why it's so ridiculous. Like, the Democratic Party, what are you doing? I'm not saying give me a time slot. I don't want to talk at the goddamn DNC anyway. But having said that, you know, like, figure this out. It's crazy. This person's got 0 juice. This person's got 0 momentum. This person's got 0 emotion, dude. What the f are you guys doing? Who the f are here being like, oh man, I'm such a Olivia Giuliana head. You know, they got no aura. Yeah, she was at Gen Z for Change and then dropped them because you know, she had higher aspirations to be a Democratic Party staffer. She genuinely thought Texas was going to flip in 2020. It's like, yeah, this is like, let Austin speak, dude. Austin's got more clout and more motion than this person. But in any case, what? You're so jealous? No, dude, I don't want to speak at the DNC. What is wrong with you? What are you, delusional? But there's like a million people they could have talked to before this person, okay? But good morning when you go to the DNC today. So I went to the DNC already earlier today, and I mentioned it, but I don't think you guys heard it. Maybe you're just now trickling in. But basically, I briefly talked about this yesterday. But hey, guys, remember when I told you that the Trump supporters are going to be so insane that they're going to start making fun of Tim Walz for having weak sperm? I mean, I'm sure there's a clip. Someone logged it at the time. Someone must have logged it at the time. As you guys know, I said this immediately. As soon as the ticket was Walz, I said he has an IVF baby. He had 2 children with in vitro fertilization. Trump supporters are going to turn around and say his sperm is weak and start making fun of him for having weak sperm because they're insane. And guess what? We're there now. They're carrying around JD Vance sperm cups. Apparently, the reason why they're carrying around JD Vance sperm cups is to make fun of how weak Tim Walz's sperm is, apparently. But I still don't know the veracity of this. I don't believe it. I don't want to believe it. I'll be honest with you. Like, there's no way that they're like actively pushing for this. Like, it's got to be like 4 or 5 people max if it's real at all. Because honestly, like, them making fun of JD Vance having weak sperm is one thing that's expected, okay? But them carrying around like JD Vance, like a cup that says like JD Vance's sperm, like, I don't think that that's the case. There's no shot. Anyway, But yeah, in terms of Republicans being abnormal, once again, Ian Miles wrong. The Malaysian bandit who should be arrested and prosecuted for his crimes against the beautiful Malaysian state by being an unconditional dick rider and a loyalist to the state of Israel should be actually tried for treason and maybe executed by the state. But here he is tweeting. Many people are saying AOC looks alluring and is making bedroom eyes at political influencers at the DNC pre-show. Thoughts? Some people just need, I always say like lobotomy, but honestly, I think maybe euthanization. Okay. Like, like what the f are we doing?
Just looking forward to the convention this week.
I mean, I love meeting people from all different parts of the country, and to have everyone from Puerto Rico to Alabama all in one room, learning about each other, talking about each other, that's my favorite part about this.
And have the best convention. Great to meet you.
Anyway, I haven't even seen the inside of this place yet, but yeah. Now on the other bracket, cringe. Trump War Room, which knows what normal is saying this is cringe.
Now let's get back to work, shall we?
Wow, dude. That's cringe, man. That's really cringe, dude. Another right-wing freakout, totally normal.
That's what our election is about. Our election is about understanding the importance of this beautiful country of ours in terms of...
Yeah, I mean, she did the thing that she did last time, which is like unburdened by what has become, she did that type beat. And that's why they're saying she's like cringe and weird. But it's like, you can be coherent and then turn around and say the most unimaginably weird someone has ever heard, which is what Republicans usually do, versus someone who just kind of sounds a little off. Okay. Someone who just sounds a little zooted or makes, some sense, but not the most sense when they're off the teleprompter. People would most likely prefer the word salad over the clear and coherent insane that Republicans sound on daily basis. Bill Clinton DNC speech. Mr. Trump, I flew with Jeffrey Epstein. I knew Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein was a friend of mine. Donald, you're no Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, that's a good one. But yeah, let's get back to it. Let's see what they're talking about with the Joe Biden DNC Day 1 speech.
He will, and bittersweet is exactly the right word for this. I mean, imagine just a month ago, Joe Biden thought this was going to be his convention. And now instead tonight, he's going to walk out on that stage and pass the torch to Kamala Harris. He will tout the accomplishments that he and Harris have achieved together, make clear he thinks she is the future of the party. And of course, he has been praised for his decision to bow out of the race and endorse Harris, even though the party didn't exactly give him a whole lot of choice in the matter. So this is going to be an emotional moment for him, also a chance for him to cement his legacy. This is likely the largest audience he's going to have as his now 50-plus year career in politics, begins to wind down. And the challenge then for Harris is to take that baton, run on her record with Biden, but also make clear what she would do differently and make this her own.
And John, you and I have been covering politics for a long time. It's really hard to think of a more consequential summer in American politics. You go back to that debate less than 2 months ago, June 27th.
I mean, we have an entirely different race than we had a month ago. This is a transformed election. This convention is entirely transformed. I mean, a month ago, they had to rip up a script they had effectively been working on, really, George, starting to work on this convention 2 years ago. Now you have Kamala Harris, who was a vice president standing in the shadows of an unpopular president, now suddenly the undisputed leader of a newly energized Democratic Party. And George, what I would look for here is Harris, as Mary suggested, to subtly but clearly distance herself from Joe Biden, and interestingly, also from herself and from the positions she took when she ran in an ill-fated campaign 4 years ago for the Democratic nomination as somebody at the far left of the party. Now she is a transformational figure, or wants to be one, who can appeal to the left of her party, the center of her party, and also to disaffected Republicans unhappy with Donald Trump.
Meantime, John, former President Trump seems to be disoriented by the change. His team keeps saying focus on the issues. He keeps focusing on Kamala Harris.
Did this motherfucker just say far left?
Unhappy with Donald Trump.
Meantime, John, former President Trump seems to be disoriented.
Transformational figure, or wants to be one, who can appeal from the positions she took when she ran in an ill-fated campaign 4 years ago for the Democratic nomination as somebody at the far left of the party. Now she is a transformational figure, or wants.
Bro, what are you saying? Yo, people just be saying shit, okay? People just say shit, dude. I swear to God, mainstream media, people just say shit. Like, what do you mean far left? The fuck do you mean far left? What are we doing here, man? Far left of what? She was never, oh my God. Okay. The word communism just like doesn't mean anything to the mainstream media anymore. Yeah. Warning for protesters, Jack Posobiec is present. Please do not engage. Nice. She was called the most left senator or something at the time. Probably what he's referring to. Yeah, I mean, she's not. And she wasn't back then either, by the way. It's crazy, dude. Yeah, so far left is wild. Call to order Minion Moore, chairman of the Democratic National Convention Committee, Honorable Jamie Harrison. Okay. Here, this is the lineup. That Gay Guy Candle Co. Thank you to that Gay Guy Candle Co. for the speakers. Remarks and video intro from Brandon Johnson, mayor of Chicago. Confirmatory ceremonial vote, blah, 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 blah. Welcome remarks, Peggy Flanagan, lieutenant governor of Minnesota. Okay. Member of the U.S. House of Rep, Illinois, Lauren Underwood. Video from Rich Logis, former Donald Trump voter. Remarks from Robert Garcia. Joint remarks. All this stuff is like whatever. It's not really that interesting, but I mean, there's a lot of labor people on this lineup, so that's cool. That's the first day. And then remarks, Project 2025, Chapter 1, introduction. Michigan State Senator Honorable Gina M. Raimondo, Kathy Hochul, Governor of New York. Sean Fain is going to be speaking. AOC is going to be speaking. And then that's got to be a mistake. Wait. AOC and Hillary Clinton back to back? What the fuck? Am I crazy? That's crazy. That's why. Okay. Oh, hell no, dude. What the fuck? And then Jim Clyburn, Jamie Raskin, Jasmine Crockett, Grace Meng, and then joint remarks from radical liberal Raphael Warnock, remarks by Dr. Jill Biden, introduction by Ashley Biden, and then the Honorable Joe Biden, the Prezi, okay? Bernard Sanders is going to be speaking on Tuesday night. Interview with Hill Dog? No. This interview's outdated. They're going to be swapping out Hillary Clinton with Austin show. Yeah. You literally don't show up for me on my phone unless I search you up, even though I'm subbed. Yeah, dude, they're fucking suppressing me. Nah, dude, mobile is just broken, okay? That's all this is. I don't think they're like suppressing my free speech here, okay? With a measly 36,000 viewers 1 hour into the fucking broadcast, you know? It's just a mobile app issue. Twitch app is cooked. Help me out, bro. Where can I get that dope shirt? You can't. I'm gatekeeping. Pisaki and Pritzker taking the shots. Okay, this is like kind of annoying because I would like to fucking also hang out with the Pritz, okay? And it's like he was one of the fucking interview targets for me, and they didn't play that game at all, okay? It's like, oh, do I have to be in the administration? Do I have to be a Pisaki bomb? Do I have to drop a Pisaki bomb to be able to get fucking Big Pritz? Do I have to drop a Pisaki bomb to get the Big Pritz interview? What the fuck? Is it because my big boy card has been revoked? Is that what this is? Is that the issue? Fake champagne socialists, get your money up more? Yeah. Malord is so fucking nasty. I know that's the point, but damn. I am sucking you from the mobile app. What does that even mean? That's Malort. It's not worth it, brother. I don't care. If I get to do it with the Pritz, I'm fucking down. I'll down that shot. All right, let's see what the Fox News people are saying about the influencers.
Like a third of people under 30 get their news from TikTok. So bring in the TikTokers to make Kamala Harris look better.
Yeah, and you know what? This, I should say, is something that this administration has been doing for a while. I mean, they had a briefing at the White House with social media influencers. You recall at NATO, they invited like 20 or so to come in and cover the NATO summit. I don't know how that went over or if people watched it on.
I mean, that's dumb, bro. I'm sorry, but that is hilarious, okay? Yeah, let's get the influencers at the goddamn NATO summit. Like, what? dude, we're really figuring out exactly what these kids like. You know what I mean? Hey, if you're under the age of 35, you know what you're fucking primed about, dude? NATO, okay? It's like, bro, there is like 8 American citizens that vote at like outside of the DMV, specifically Northern Virginia. Who the fuck is voting for NATO? There is no NATO voters, man. That's not a thing. God damn, I'm fucking losing my mind at how stupid the Democrats can sometimes be. This is like old Democratic Party shit. They're shedding a lot of this stuff, in my opinion. Okay?
TikTok, but they are increasingly aware that that's where people get their information, and they're trying to reach those voters. And some polling I saw a couple days ago shows that Harris is doing well with TikTokers, so maybe it's working, guys.
The TikTokers will do some talking. Thank you very much, Jackie.
Yeah.
What's funny is that you don't make Harris look better. It's conservatives who makes themselves look worse. Yeah. Single issue voters who's concerned about energy stability in Germany. Excuse me, sir. I was really worried about making sure that Finland joins NATO, actually. And I will be writing in Biden because he got Finland into NATO. Anyway, so yeah, that's the situation. That's DNC day one. Far left figurehead Kamala Harris is transforming the fucking party. Didn't realize you were cosplaying to the DNC. What do you mean cosplaying?
Can appeal to the left of her party, the center of her party, and also to disaffected Republicans unhappy with Donald Trump.
Meantime, John, former President Trump seems to be disoriented by the change. His team keeps saying focus on the issues. He keeps focusing on Kamala Harris.
Yeah, and he really has been thrown off his game. You've heard him complain privately and publicly about the fact that Biden was swapped out. They were prepared to run against Biden. Republicans have a clear strategy. That is, focus on the issues. As you heard Rick say, you have Republicans. Trump has an advantage on crime, on the border, on the economy, but he is not focusing on the issues. His is all about attack, attack, attack. Personally attack and attack some more.
Okay. It's pretty funny. Trump will be like, we're doing a policy on the economy speech. Okay. We're doing an economic policy speech. And then like 90% of the speech is being like, every Salvadoran is a rapist and Venezuelans are doing they're inventing new versions of raping white women. And also Kamala Harris is also participating in this. Secretly, they want the American blood pool to look less white. And it's like, what happened? Like, where's the fucking economic policy? He just gives a brief moment. He just does like one fucking take on it where he'll be like, yeah, I'm going to slash prices by half. Won't tell you how he's going to do it and just moves on to the high notes, the things that he wants to talk about. He's like, bacon is 4 times the price. Why? Guatemalans, they're eating all the bacon, folks. No more supply and demand, believe me. No more supply of bacon. All the Guatemalans, they ate the bacon, folks. This is why I will stop the Guatemalan migration. Everything is just tied back.
Okay, thanks very much. We're going to, of course, have team coverage of the Democratic National Convention all week long.
For more on what to expect tonight and in the days ahead in Chicago, Ed O'Keefe joins us. Ed, as I listed off the speakers, it occurs to me a contrast with the Republicans who did not have many formers on their stage.
There were no signs of the Bush family in Milwaukee. Good to see you. Welcome to Chicago. Tonight, as we said, is all about President Biden. They're going to give him a big tribute, focus on his decades-long career, and then they're going to turn their attention to the future with Harris at the top of the ticket. In a final push before the convention, Vice President Harris spent Sunday rolling through the battleground state of Pennsylvania alongside running mate Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. They stopped by a campaign office.
We're doing it.
Yeah, it's because Hillary Clinton is exactly everyone wants to hear from. Yeah, dude, I don't really understand what like the motivation is for a lot of this stuff. I don't get it. Like, who the fuck's like, damn, dude, you know what would hit right now? A Hillary Clinton speech. There's just never been a moment in my life where I felt that. And I don't think there's any human being that actually feels that way either. I'm actually, like, I'll say it. I don't think that's a real thing that people want, okay?
Yeah. And rallied supporters in a wide variety of places while fielding questions about her campaign.
I very much consider us the underdog. We have a lot of work to do to earn the vote of the American people.
She also took swipes at former President Donald Trump.
Anybody who's about beating down other people is a coward.
comes after Trump also campaigned in Pennsylvania over the weekend and tried to make his case on the economy.
We will make America affordable again.
But he once again veered into personal attacks on Harris's intelligence and appearance.
I am much better looking than her. I think I'm much better.
I mean, what? What? What a wild thing to say, man. He's just going crazy mode. I am much better looking than her. I am. Everyone knows it. Believe me, I'm so much better looking.
Much better. I'm a better looking person than Kamala.
Riffs like that have Trump allies concerned about whether he can stay on message as Harris has made gains, most notably among likely women voters in a new CBS News poll.
If you have a policy debate for president, he wins. Donald Trump, the provocateur, the showman, may not win this election.
Trump and Harris are both now racing to define what her administration would look like, as our new poll also finds more than a third of registered voters say they don't know what she stands for. She'll use this week in Chicago to try to answer those questions, as allies say momentum is in her favor.
You've seen the level of excitement and energy rising, and it frankly hasn't crested yet.
That excitement has thousands descending on Chicago this week. Security is tight as law enforcement prepares for large protests opposing the war in Gaza. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, who will speak at the convention tonight, says his city is ready.
Protecting this city is my top priority, and I will continue to do that.
Protests started last night with about 500 people marching down Michigan Avenue. The police were there on foot and bicycle, making sure everybody was all right. More protests with larger numbers are expected in the coming days. A big one coming today. The coalition to march on the DNC starts around midday here, Tony, around the United Center.
You know, Ed, let's go back to Vice President Kamala Harris, because when you're in that job, you get a plane and you get a mansion in Washington, D.C., but there are no promises about your political future. She's going to have to, starting tonight, go out there and get it.
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
What do you need to do?
Well, you know, one of the most interesting findings in our poll, about 36% of voters say they don't necessarily.
I'm a big fan, but does it feel like a which side are you on moment for going to the DNC and participating in it versus staying outside with the protesters? I know you say being inside, you'll function as a protester, but will you really ask for an arms embargo to the face of politicians? Because that seems like the only thing that wouldn't be endorsing the Dems right now. No, I'm going to go in and I'm going to fist fight. Like, what are you talking about, dude? We're going to, I think I'm going to, he kind of ate you up, not going to lie. No, you're right. He did. My loyalty is with the Dems, baby. You already know. Hey, listen, I got the hat to prove it. Okay. Hey, man, I don't know if you know this. Hey, lady. Sorry. Okay. I'm saying man is in like, you know. Listen, lady. Okay. I'm a goddamn member of the fucking media. Shut the fuck up. Okay. The fuck is wrong with you? My job is to cover the fucking news and give you fucking commentary, okay? Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna go spit on fucking Mehdi Hasan and Ryan Grimm and all the other journalists for literally being inside of the fucking press pool too. I'm gonna fight Prem. I should have fought him today. I should have literally hit him with a bow and been like, yo, what the fuck? It's a real which side are you on moment. Why the fuck are you inside the DNC covering the DNC? Ay. Ryan would body you, little pup. It's true. He bodied Jesse Waters. Do you think that they're going to ignore Palestine? So here's some good things and some bad things about this. Okay. 1, uncommitted. DNC will host first ever panel on Palestinian human rights. Panelist, uncommitted co-lead, Layla El Abed, a surgeon who served in Gaza. Party organizer with family killed in Gaza by Israeli forces. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison. Former Rep Andy Levin, Arab American Institute President Jim Zogby. Okay. And this is like pretty solid, pretty huge, right? That's like a pretty big deal. But also simultaneously, on the other side, you got the DNC coming out with a statement against like sexual violence that Hamas committed, which is like so nutty when you think about what's going on in Israel right now. Pretty incredible, though totally believable, that the final DNC platform is a one-sided condemnation of sexual violence, and it's aimed at Hamas. even as the Knesset engages in a full-throated debate as to whether acknowledge the rape of Palestinian detainees is okay or not. Like, their entire platform on the Israel shit is just like so incredibly one-sided. Okay? I know TikTok issue of the day doesn't matter, but there's a really interesting shift on leftist TikTok of other minorities getting increasingly frustrated by Palestinian, pro-Palestinian creators asking marginalized groups in America to sideline their oppression and rights by committing to not voting. No, you are being increasingly annoying, and the shift is just incredibly fucking annoying. Americans are just so fucking selfish and don't give a shit about anything else other than themselves. Ain't nobody's actually having a conversation like that. Okay? Palestinian rights are human rights. Palestinian rights are the same as black liberation. Palestinian liberation is the same as black liberation in the United States of America. Palestinian emancipation is directed towards an entire government that literally trains the American police departments. Okay, there is a direct through line. I don't care. Like, it's just so fucking stupid. I'm sick and tired of having this conversation with people who are just idiotic. Okay, this is a conversation that we're having with people who are just too stupid to like read into it a little bit. I don't care. Fuck TikTok. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Necessarily know what she stands for, what she would do as president. That's a higher percentage than Donald Trump. So she's got to spend time this week, the whole party does, explaining again who she is, what she's about, what she would do. The poll also found, interestingly, the reason she's starting to close the gap. Those younger voters and voters of color are now starting to show up in numbers that suggest they can close the gap. So she's got to keep focused on them and what they're interested about, which is why you're hearing so much this week about the future. What will you do for you? What would this change in the country mean for you as you get older? You'll see a lot of focus on that as well.
As soon as that Rosal girl called black people colonizers, you lost me. I'm going to fucking lose my mind. Okay, dude, fuck Palestine then. Okay, you're right. They deserve to be genocided. Okay, you got it. Okay. They deserve to be genocided. You're right. Israel actually doesn't train the American police department and treating black people the same exact way that the IDF treats Palestinian people. You're right about that. Fuck all of the truth, okay? One TikToker said black people also participate in American colonial actions. That is a reality, is abject reality, but that pissed you off. So fuck that person. And fuck this movement. You're right, dude. What do I always tell you? I'm a white guy, okay? I'm white. Fucking people get mad at me, say I'm racist all the time. Does that stop me? Is my allegiance, my allyship conditional? Is it fucking transactional? Are you stupid? Get morals, get a fucking backbone, and shut your stupid ass up. Okay? I am not having this fucking dumbass conversation with you dumb motherfuckers over and over again. Okay? It does not fucking matter. It does not fucking matter. Okay? Grow a goddamn spine and grow the fuck up. Okay? God damn, dude. People are so fucking whiny. They're such little babies. Like, you literally don't give a fuck. You just saw it on TikTok and you saw it on TikTok. And the Republicans were right. It's just young people that saw other young people talking about this shit and just became like pro that thing because it was like the hot thing to be in support of, it seems. Okay? What the fuck? The fuck's going on? Like, if you drop a cause like that, then you weren't really with it anyway. Okay? Hopefully others do not have your, what is this? Oh shit. Hold on. I gotta send this to Ryan. Damn, I got to get this every day, by the way. They give you fucking press passes every day, which is hella annoying. Everyone withdraws in their own small gated community if feared of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds. What? Yeah, easier way to revoke them. That's true.
But, you know, more than anything, she is famous but unknown, right? A face and a name people know.
Why is it your job to assuage someone's conscience for ignoring a genocide? I just don't. It's just like so fucking frustrating. People just go, oh, man. You're right about Palestine, but you also remind black people how white people talk to black people when they don't have time for their issues. What are you talking about? Like, how, dude, like, do you think being pro-Palestine is a pro-white issue? Or is it like entirely comprised of white people? What the fuck is going on? Okay? Bro, what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you actually saying? I miss this. All the DNC libs come back to this community every 2 years. It's just like, it's crazy to me that people become so unimaginably selfish in this situation. Nobody gives a fuck, okay? No one cares about your personal opinions, dude. What the fuck? It's got the same exact energy as like people being like, man, I want to be pro BLM, but honestly, it really hurts my feelings when black people talk about white people a certain way. Just hurts my feelings. Okay, you're just doing that for like Arabs, I guess. Now, you know, it's not like it's a being pro-Palestine is not like exactly known as a white issue. You know, it's literally the opposite of what the chatters say, where minorities are acting the same way to the Palestinian issues that white people act towards minorities issues. Yeah, I fucking despise how geared people are off of TikTok. All it took, it seems, for people to like completely lose their minds, okay, on this issue was like do a little bit of identity politics, okay? Just drop a little bit of identity politics and hyper individualism. I deal with this on a daily basis in my chat. It's fucking poison for solidarity. There's nothing more annoying than a fucking consistent chirper in the chat going, I don't like the way you said a certain thing. And everybody fucking hates that guy. In this community, everybody fucking hates that guy on TikTok. Everybody hates that guy on Twitter. But also simultaneously, everybody loves being that guy, okay? Everybody loves being the guy who uses emancipatory language, who uses fucking academic terms, who uses like intersectionality in an effort to like bring the conversation back down to me, my own personal feelings. And it is so cynical to utilize an entire group of individuals for that purpose, to be like, you know what? This isn't just about me. This is about how the entirety of the black community is feeling, actually. All black people feel this way, actually. I'm a black person and you have to listen to me. It's like, no, I don't. I don't have to listen to you at all. You're fucking delusional. Shut the fuck up. Okay? No, it's when a new cause comes along and old ones aren't as important. It does hurt white people's feelings when to talk another BLM. And in order to talk about it, when black people constantly have to pussyfoot around their feelings. What are you saying, dude? What are you fucking saying? It does hurt white people's feelings when to talk another BLM, and in order to talk about it, then black people constantly have to pussyfoot around their feelings. Okay, you just said that sucks. You just said that sucks, and now you're just being like, and Palestinians should also experience that? Is that what you're fucking saying? While simultaneously being like, yeah, the active ongoing genocide I don't really give a shit about. Is that what you're saying? Is that what it is? Some of you, I could fucking jiggle some keys in front of you and you would be like, oh my God, this is the most entertaining, most enthusiastic I've ever felt about anything. Okay? No, that it's not Olympics. Okay, then why the fuck are you bringing this up? It's such a funny situation because like Black Lives Matter or like black liberation in America and Palestinian liberation are completely fucking intertwined. Because you're talking down to me, I am talking down to you. Okay? I am, because you're chirping about some irrelevant bullshit, okay? The fuck do you mean? There's a goddamn stadium full of people in here. I'm a fucking 33-year-old adult, and I'm getting some fucking last-minute rad-lib-ass bullshit centering a fucking entire genocide around your own personal feelings while you simultaneously fucking act like you are the representation of every black person in America. Of course I'm gonna fucking chirp at you. What the fuck do you mean? You know exactly what my perspective is on black liberation in this country. What the fuck are you chirping at me like I'm like, dude, you're talking down to me. Yeah, sometimes you deserve to be talked down. Okay? What the fuck? Holy moly, dude. Guys, sorry, as a disabled black trans woman, I can no longer be pro-Palestine because apparently people are chirping on TikTok. Like, what? Okay, cool. All right. Like, what are we doing? What's going on? What the fuck's happening? It is especially stupid because, one, everybody fucking despises this like identity politics, tone policing, nonsensical bullshit. That's number one. But it's so goddamn effective. It is so fucking effective, okay? It is so fucking selfish, but it's so goddamn effective, especially in like circles that try to be as woke as physically, humanly possible, where people genuinely don't want to be disruptive. They genuinely don't want to be harmful to marginalized communities that they are not a part of, okay? I don't play that fucking game. Okay, you could take it to the DSA meetups if you want. You can snap all you want at the DSA meetups. We don't play that fucking game here, okay? It's so stupid. I've never played that game. I will never play that game. You could say it's because I'm white, and it perhaps is a part of that for sure, okay? Yeah, I have a lot of fucking privilege. I try to use it for good. This is not a space exclusively for you. You're not going to ever be able to dominate the conversation in here. And if you come in with that energy, that disruptive energy, that wrecker behavior, I'm going to fucking shove it back down your throat. I'm sorry. Okay? If there's a actual fucking... If there's an actual genocide going on with American weapons, with money that could be going back to your underserved communities, but instead is going to fucking build bombs so you can laser black and brown children overseas, and you're over here being like, well, this doesn't center my own personal feelings on the matter, I'm going to tell you to shut your bitch ass up, okay? You can't fucking expect me to sit there and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me clean up the language real quick. You're right, actually. Let me lean into your own fucking personal delusions about like what you saw on TikTok. It's fucking ridiculous. Okay? Please stop. Yeah, sound familiar? From the river to the sea is a genocidal slogan that hurts my feelings. Oh, but I'm pro-Palestine, by the way. Exactly. It's fucking ridiculous. Holy shit. What are we doing here, man? What the fuck are we doing? Anyway, as a black person, why the fuck are you still on this topic? It's fucking old as fuck now. I know, but people still want to chirp about it. Okay? DNC is way too close to O Block. You're picking up that Sosa energy. Yes. I hate this shit. I hate this shit so much. It's also not true. Yeah, like these are the same liberals who never went into the street during the BLM protests. A lot of same people fighting police brutality or fighting against the genocide. Exactly. Bro, there was kafiyas at every fucking BLM protest. Like, the fuck are we talking about, dude? There's Palestinian flags at every Black Lives Matter protest. People have been at the forefront. And even if there wasn't, it still doesn't change the reality that like your allegiance and your allyship should never be conditional. Okay? It should never be conditional. That's so stupid. Oh, man. Like, I don't give a fuck. Trans people, black people, Palestinian people could all collectively come together and tomorrow be like, fuck this Hasan guy. Okay? Fuck him. He's a rich socialist. He's a hypocrite. He's a piece of shit. He's a white supremacist. He's transphobic. They could say that all day, every day. That is not going to change my calculation. That is not going to change my moral compass even a little bit. As a matter of fact, many of these marginalized groups have online said a whole bunch of insane shit about me in the past. I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm not some weak